Hello everyone, our lesson today is on relative pronouns and this is part 6. I have one question for you. How do we use the formal relative pronoun whose? How do we use the formal relative pronoun whose? So let's look at how we use whose. This is the table for relative pronouns. Of course we have 5 relative pronouns. I put 4 for you. We also have that, but I will explain that later. So our lesson today is about whose. Whose is a relative pronoun and it is used in formal speaking and writing. Of course, we can use whose with people, with animals and things. When we have possession, which means like when you say his car, her car, their house. We can use whose to take the place of subject or the place of an object. I will explain, this is the grammatical rule, but I will give you examples. Okay, so how do we use the relative pronoun whose? Amelia works hard. Her ring is beautiful. How do I join these two sentences? A. I can see Amelia is the name of a person. This one. Amelia is the name of a person. I can see her in the second sentence. This one. Her. And her is about possession. Her ring is a subject. So her ring is a subject, her is about possession. Because of A and B, I have to use whose. But how? How do I use whose? Let's look at the grammatical rule. Delete her in the second sentence. This one I deleted. Replace her with whose. So I delete her and then I write whose over it. Put the relative clause whose ring is beautiful. This relative clause whose ring is beautiful. What do I do with it? I put it after the noun, which it defines. So this is the relative clause whose ring is beautiful, and I put it after Amelia. Amelia is the noun. Whose ring is beautiful is the relative clause which defines Amelia or which gives more information about Amelia. So if you follow 1, 2, 3, this is the grammatical rule for using whose. When whose is what? Is the subject or takes the place of a subject. Another sentence. Amelia works hard. I found her ring. Her ring is an object. I is subject, is a subject. Found is the verb in the past. Her ring is an object. So, how do I join these two sentences? I can see Amelia is the name of a person. So this is Amelia, and Amelia is the name of a person. I can see her in the second sentence. This is her. And her is about possession. Her ring, it means the ring belongs to her. So it's about possession. Because of A and B, I have to use whose. So first I have to think about how to join the two sentences. Now I know I have to use whose, but how do I use whose to take the place of an object? Because her ring is the object. This is the grammatical rule. Delete her in the second sentence. Cross it out. Delete her. Replace her with whose. So I cross out her. I write whose over it. Put whose ring before I found. and then I move whose ring and I put it before I found. Put the relative clause whose ring I found. This is the relative clause. I have to put it after Amelia. So this is the relative clause whose ring I found, and I put this clause after the noun it defines. Amelia, whose ring I found, works hard. This is the relative clause, and it gives more information about Amelia, and that is why I put whose ring I found after Amelia, which is a noun. So this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching the video, and please do more practice. You can type this sentence into Google, interactive exercises on relative pronouns, and in this way you can get many exercises to practice your English. So thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best in your learning.